help you to understand what I'm thinking. And if I remember, I'll tell you what colors I'm using as well. So I'm going to start out with a big brush, and this is a silver brush, a 2-inch, which I really like. I'm going to start out with some white. I'm going to put it on very thinly so you can see my line work underneath. I'll try to remember to keep my head out of the way. Maybe I'll do a little bit of brayer work. When you do the brayer work, I don't know if you can see it or not, you're hitting the top of the canvas. You can look down into the color that's underneath. That's one of the reasons why I like the brayer as opposed to the brush, because the brush will get into the texture. And if you've watched me previously, you know that I'm all about edges. I love the edges of the canvas. My favorite thing to do is edges. And I don't know if this is going to end up to be a pink painting, a warm painting, or a cool painting. It's too early for me to decide. I have mostly warm colors out on my palette. And as I go along, I will be telling you what colors they are. See how the brayer leaves the texture? I enjoy that. Okay, let's go into it with some orange. And this is Organic Orange by Nova. And Nova is a brand of paint. It's made in California. I use a lot of it. And it's called Organic Orange. And the idea always is to have your eye pull through the painting. You can see you can come down, across, up, and over. So I keep forgetting not to stand in front of the camera. And this is the Organic Orange with some white. And this is the oxide purple. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And it's a Nova color as well. Let's try the brayer. I don't like the way the brush reacts. The canvas. I like the brayer much better. Gives me so many more interesting marks. Make this corner dark. Have some of that orange come through. And I am strictly in the experimentation mode right now. Not thinking about anything, not designing, not doing anything. I just want some interesting marks put onto the canvas. I want some darks. Let's see, I have dark here, dark here, dark here, so I am gonna, for balance sake, and there I was thinking, I just told you I wasn't thinking, but there I just did. Now, I want to put some white into it. Put some white into that purple. I love the marks that a brayer will put into your painting. You could not get that with a brush. And then also what I like to do with a brayer is put lines into it. What I do is I take the edge of my brayer and get paint on it, and then I will draw with it. And even when you run out of paint, it still makes marks, as you can see. I'm sure a lot of those will disappear along with the marks that I put into my painting in the beginning. And many of you have asked me, why do you put all those marks on in the beginning when you cover them up anyway? Well, what it does, it activates the canvas and gets me in the flow to paint. That way, if that white canvas isn't as intimidating as when you have marks on it. You have already messed it up, so what more can you do but make it better? So that's the reasoning behind a lot of that. And again, I'm just putting more marks on. Like this mark, it's probably going to end up going away. But let's put some orange marks into it. And again, I'm just putting paint on the edge of my brayer.